When I talk to him, I talk to him from a perspective of trying to learn something or gather something. And the guy was saying, my business is here, and he was explaining certain things. And then he said, what I learned, and he said, and I think is a critical lesson that people need to learn, is that when you're trying to build something or do something, in the process of building or doing whatever you're trying to do, don't look at the evidence. And when he said that, a light bulb went off in my mind. I said, you know what? That's so true. Because a lot of times when we start looking at what we're seeing, we forget about just continuing to stay focused on the things that we can control. Because I was talking to Mark this week, and that's my thing. Coming into their new year or whatever, coming into the beginning of the year, my new thing that I'm coming with is that serenity prayer. I'm staying along those guidelines of we got to stay focused on the things that we can change and the things that we can't change. The things that we can change means that I have power within me given by the Creator to do some form of action or prayer or something to make a change whereby the situation, there'll be a shift within that situation. But there's things in life that we have no control over. And a lot of times, I'm saying myself, I spent a lot of time over years putting a lot of time in stuff that I couldn't control. As much as I might love Brother Mark, I can't control Mark. I can't control my kids. I can't control my mom. I can't control my dad. You can't control your spouse.
That's right.
Only thing you can control is yourself and what you're going to do or what you're not going to do, right? But I was thankful that he said that because, like I said, it gave me a refocus. Because sometimes when you're doing something, all you're looking at is, I'm doing all this and I'm not seeing this. But it don't matter. Faith isn't requiring you to see this. Faith is saying, I'm still working. I'm still putting my time in because, with anything, and this is something I was writing about like a week ago. And I was thinking that, whenever we plant something, all of us understand that it doesn't grow overnight. But when we try to build a business or do something else, our mindset automatically, it's got to happen tomorrow. I mean, what did you get hit in the head? I mean, what, you got brain damage now? You don't understand the fact that whatever you're trying to do, your child, I was telling my wife, I said, your child didn't come out the womb running and walking. It went through stages, y'all, right? So the first stage was crawling, right? Some crawling, right?
Yeah.
Some goo-goo gang, and then some pulling up on some stuff, right? And then some looking around, and then some pointing, right? And then some turning the head, right? There were stages.
Yes.
All of us got to go. Don't despise the time of our stages. Those stages them stages are important. If we hate and we despise the time frame that we're in, we're not going to get the blessing out of that the Creator has for us.
That's right.
There's a blessing where you are right now. But it takes, like this brother taught about thankfulness, it takes being thankful. It takes appreciating where I'm at. Yeah, I should have aspirations and goals for somewhere else, but where I'm at right now, I'm in it's all like who's that Ice Cube said today was a good day? It was a good day. Right?
Yeah.
We got a lot to be thankful about. I'm going to talk to you about love today, y'all. And he was already talking about it.
Well, praise God.
I know I'm supposed to talk about love today because I woke up in the dream. I said, y'all, what am I supposed to talk about? Woke up the next morning, love. I said, okay. So the way it's going to come, I don't know. I'm just going to share with y'all. You're going to get something out of it. We're going to talk and do what we do. But I'm going to start in a familiar verse that I like, that Deuteronomy 6. Love. Because love is important. Love is one of the things that's missing in society. There's a lack of love. There's a lack of understanding for other people. And whenever you get to a place, and I've said it for years, whenever you're at a place where you can't relate to somebody else, you will never be empathetic to them. If you've never been handicapped, you won't have the true empathy in your mind of the struggles that they go through because you're not there. So in order for us to truly have some kind of compassion for them, we got to place our mind in that scenario. That's why y'all trying to convince people to think like certain things ain't gonna work, y'all. If I'm living another life, how am I gonna understand what you're talking to me about? You're talking alien to me, right? Okay, Deuteronomy 6, starting the 4th verse down to about 7. You want to read it?
Deuteronomy 6, verse 4.
Yeah, you want to read it?
Hear, O Israel,
Uh-huh.
the Almighty, our sovereign, our Creator is one sovereign.
And that's important that we realize that one. Because when you talk about love, it's got to be the one love. It's got to be the one love. It's got to be the love of the Most High, the love of the Creator. You know, when the verse says we should love him with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our mind, that represents us getting focused on that one love.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, getting back to to some of the basics of, you know, turning our plate down and you know, and meditating and praying and doing all those things are the things that get us back to that place of the one love.
Yeah.
Because when you truly love somebody, there's a certain amount of relationship time that you spend with that person. It's not something that if you're struggling to do it, that means that we're not all the way in love that we have to be. If I have to struggle to force myself to do these things, that's telling me that the love isn't full. It isn't full. And the Creator wants us to love him in our fullness, in all of us, in our totality. He said, thou shalt love me in spirit, with all of our hearts, with all of our soul, with all of our mind. You know, just like in our relationships, we don't want somebody to love us partially. You know, to give us part of their time. We get, oh, wow, you spending time with them. You supposed to be spending time with me. You married me. Why you always on the phone with them? You always talking to Sherry. Every 5 minutes. Sherry's coming, right? 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 I'm just saying that in a jest. I don't care if my wife talking to Sherry. Shoot. Sherry ain't a bad person. She was. I was like, why would you keep talking to Sherry? I would. Sister or not, why are you talking to her? Because we have to love, part of love, because I might get into that Corinthians 13, is love is not going to rejoice in evil. It's not going to rejoice in evil. You're gonna love somebody that's said enough to say, you know, bro, I love you, but where you at and what you're doing it's not a benefit. It's not a blessing. It's not helping. Love is concerning and caring about other people. So I'm thinking about other people when I do things. I'm not just thinking about myself, which is difficult as people because our first main thought is about self. It's all about you. Everything you do is about you. When you get up in the morning, what do? You wash your face. You don't wash my face, right? You brush what? Your teeth, right? You take a shower for who? You, right? It's a benefit to other people, but it's still for you, right? Right? When you go to the bank, do you go to the bank for me or do you go to the bank for yourself? Come on, holler back, right? Talk to me, huh?
That's right.
Now, if you want me to go to the bank for y'all, just write checks. You can write them to Arnold Luster Jr. or MITT Community or Davron Bill Properties. I mean, you can write a check to 3 or 4 different places and they'll all come to me, all right? We know Gerald's loaded, so he can start. He can be the first contributor. You better stop laughing when I say that, Gerald. That's right. But y'all, it's our first concern is ourselves. It's your first concern. Self-preservation. You know? But love, we're talking about love. It said, "Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, your creator, is one." We serve one God.
Yes.
You know, when I talk about serving the Most High, I'm not talking, please don't no one take this the wrong. I'm not talking about dogmas and doctrines, because to me, whenever we start getting into too many dogmas and doctrines, then what happens is sometimes those dogmas and those teachings and those beliefs can truly separate us from the Creator.
That's right.
Because we're so focused on all the dogmas and if you're wearing pants or not wearing pants, if you're eating this or not eating this, if you're serving on this day or not serving on this day. The main focus is our relationship to the Creator. That's the number one relationship. That's why to me the number one thing to me right now is meditating and praying. That's getting on my face, crying before the Creator, pouring out all my complaints because I can't handle them anyway. So I might as well give them to somebody that can handle them. And plus all it's doing is just teaching me how to get back to that place of true love, truly loving the Creator.
Yeah.
Because I'd gotten away from it. So he's taking me back to the old landmark. He's saying, come on back. You know, because we can draw a line with our mouth, somebody, but our hearts can be far. Our hearts, our thoughts, our hearts, our true love within our hearts can be far from him. Because some things you do, if you do it 30 days, it's a habit. So it's a lot of things we do, we just do it out of habit, y'all, right? You don't have to think about it. When you drove here today, did you think about it? Your subconscious mind drove you all the way down here.
That's right.
If you came from Philly, if you came from Delaware, if you came from, Sherman Avenue, wherever you came from, your subconscious brain drove you here. Because you do it all the time.
Yes.
So go ahead and read, Mark.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "And you shall love Yahweh, your Most High, the Creator, with all thine heart, with all your soul, and with all your might."
That means we should give everything we have. Give everything we have. And this isn't a judgment against nobody. This is self-examination for me as well as you. This is a question you got to ask yourself. Am I giving all that I have? Am I giving the Creator time? Am I spending time with the one that I say that I love? Am I in communication with the one that I say that I love? I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago. I said, one of these brothers taught a lesson. And I don't remember which one it was. And he was talking about I believe it was Sennacherib or one of the kings. But I think it was Elijah. It was something. I think it was Elijah. And how that every time that the enemy would come up against Elijah, he was warned ahead of time. I said, when that person taught that lesson, I lived that lesson. Because when events are going on around me, the Creator shows me just as clear, just like it's written in this book. He'll say, don't do such and such, and he'll show me why. So to me, this is more than just reading these stories and having an example. This is stuff that should be applicable in our lives. You should be having Daniel experiences if you're in love, because Daniel had a love relationship with the Creator. So his relationship was different than other people around him. Daniel was in a place based upon his love and his connection to Most High, that when he called, because the verse said, if you call, I'll what? Answer. So if we ain't answering, that means we just got to do a little bit more. Yeah. So nudge your neighbor and say, do a little bit more. Do a little bit more. That don't mean we're bad people. That just means we got to do a little bit more. We got to do a little bit more. Huh? We got to turn up the heat. Somebody told me to turn up the heat. We got to turn up the heat. We got to get fervent in our love. Are you passionate and fervent in your love? I'm not talking about puppy love. I can remember a young couple or a young man that was liking this young lady, and he was around, and and I was older, and I kind of knew, and I still know. And I said, yo, man, he's telling me, oh, I love her. And, oh, he's telling me all this stuff. I said, bro, that's puppy love. And you know why I said it's puppy love? I said, because you ain't been through nothing. If you ain't been through the fire, you ain't been through the rain, you ain't want to pull each other's hair out, you ain't been broke as H, you ain't have nothing, the electric's off, and all, you know what I'm saying? And your back is against the wall, and it's only your back and that person's back, and if you don't fight, ain't nobody else there to fight for you, then you can talk to me about some love. Before that, it's puppy love. It's all a phantom, it's all a mirage. It's all based upon shape, size, muscles, and wind. That's all it is, y'all. It's got to go through the fire. Because the fire is going to refine it. It's going to say, you know what, is this true love or is this puppy love, y'all? Huh? That's why when you're young in love, you ain't in love. You're in a hot, passionate place of lust. Woo! Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. You're in a hot, passionate place of lust. Because you done seen something with your greedy eyes. And you said, I got to have it by any means necessary. Are we talking today? You know, somebody say, this is for me. We're having a good time today. We're keeping it light. We ain't judging nobody. We're keeping it light. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're still in love, why you fall out of love? Why is it so easy to fall out of love? Because my love with the Creator shouldn't be so easy that I'll fall out of Him. When that brother asked who or what shall separate me, he said, what's going to make me fall away from my love? The one that loved me. Come on, somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The one that loves us wants to hug us. He wants when we're sleeping at night that we feel the warm embrace of His love. You know, because when Lamentation, the Creator's just dropping this stuff in me. He said, I sought whom my soul what loved, right? He said, I went all through the byways and all through the streets looking for what? The one my soul loved. Come on, somebody.
Oh my God, look at me.
I gotta be honest with y'all, I didn't even prepare a lesson today. I did not prepare a lesson. I read a couple scriptures. Again, this is a two-week lesson week. I know Pam said, oh, you prepare one at a time. Well, it's easy to run your mouth and say all that when you ain't doing it. Oh, prepare for the radio firm. Shut up. And then I put pressure. I used to put pressure on myself. I used to tell these brothers all the time, the Most High give you the lesson. You just got to be in a place that you're open and receptive. That's why our love for the Creator is important. Because He'll tell you what to say in that moment. Because a lot of times the things we're going to say don't need to be said. Because we're going to say things of what we feel and things that are in our minds and our flesh. It said, thou shalt love the Creator with all of our heart, with all of our soul. And I went over that stuff. I'm not going to go into that today. But I went over the stuff about our heart chakra and the different things, and you know how it's important that we're working, we're functioning from more of a spiritual level. Because when you understand how the Creator made us, all of our chakras, our energy centers from our heart up, is based upon our spirituality. That's why when they talk about the third eye, which is really the first eye, all that stuff is based upon where we are spiritually. This is why I tell all young people, if you're not, whatever you're trying to do, if you don't have spirituality, when I say spirituality, the Creator in it, it's going to be 10 times harder. Mm-hmm. If you're doing it on your own power and might, it's going to be hard. But it can be easy if we get in tune with the Creator that knows everything. He knows everything, y'all. If that verse says he knows the number of the hairs on your head, Nate, that means he knows what you're supposed to be doing. This is why I say stop being copycats. Everybody wants to be a singer. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to be a Go be what's in alignment with the gifts, the talents, and the abilities that the Creator placed in you. Because he didn't give you the same thing he gave everybody else. Hello? I'm going to keep saying that until somebody hear it.
Me too.
Because it's insane. It's like taking your head and banging it against the wall. Not everybody's going to be a singer. News flash. It's not going to happen. You're wasting your time. Did the Creator say that's what you're supposed to do? If it's not what you're supposed to do, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. But if you find out what you're supposed to do, I told two of my nephews years ago, I said, man, if you start studying sales, you're talking about doing all these other things. If you study sales with the gifts and talents that you got at talking to people, and you get good at that, I study a man right now that he is a sales professional. This man, he teaches nothing but sales. On track to be worth $1 billion. Just sales. Because your income is unlimited. But if you want to do what everybody else is doing, you're going to miss your mark. So your whole life, you're going to be struggling. It's going to be hard. Because again, not doing it, not seeking the Creator, not finding out where you fit. I tell one of mine all the time, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? You said the Creator showed you what to do. What is the problem? You ain't serious yet. Let me know when you're serious. Because right now you're running your mouth talking to me. Don't talk to me. Because you don't see me as a dad standing around running my mouth and not doing what I'm saying. There might be some other dads that do it, but you can't say that about Ronald A. Luster Jr. Because you a damn lie.
Come on. Tell the truth.
Me getting the radio got canceled, but my wife said, you know what? Maybe she do a video in the car. I said, geez, babe, oh God. I went through all kinds of turmoil in my mind. I felt like pulling hair out. And I was like, oh, geez, why would I do that? Oh, Lord. Oh, God. She said, are you going to do it or not? Then she put me on the spot and put it on. And I was like, oh, Lord. I didn't have nothing prepared to say because I like to get there was no time.
Instant.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad she did it because it made me jump outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So now I'm not going to spend no more money going to the radio station. I'm going to start a podcast at my house. Probably every week. Be on there for like 15, 20 minutes. Save a little bit of money. Because all you need to do is hit people with a small little segment. You don't need to give them an hour. Most people ain't got patience or the tolerance level to hear you for an hour anyway. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
Right? But out of that radio station, my wife will tell you, I went to a meeting last night. They got me talking in real estate classes and teaching classes. And, oh yeah, they're gonna be paying a brother. They're gonna be paying. I've been saying this for a while now. Y'all been looking at me like, oh yeah, Arnold's gonna get paid. I know y'all been talking. It don't matter what y'all say. I know who I am. You understand what a brother saying? I know who I am, man. Crazy. You gotta see it. You gotta see it before everybody else sees it.
True. That's right. That's so true.
While they still doubting and scratching their head and scratching their rear end, you gotta just keep moving. Just keep moving. Looks like some of y'all come around later and say, oh yeah, Brother Arnold said this and I didn't believe it. I know you didn't believe it. I didn't care. I knew it was facts because I'm doing it, y'all. Come on, man. But we all grow in different times, y'all.
Yep. That's true too.
We all grow in different times. Suggestion I gave this morning is that y'all got to get focused on one thing. Too many of our people are spread out. Like a couple of my Jamaican friends This dude does parties. He's a mason. He does generators. I mean, he's got like, he rents a party equipment. I mean, he's got like 5, 6 businesses. And I try to tell him, I was like, yo, man. I said, yo, bro, you are spread out way. You spread all over the place. How can you accomplish any one thing if you're doing 5, 6 things at one time? You got to get focused and funneled in and tunneled in on one thing. All right, keep reading, Mark, because I got to stay focused.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And these words which I command you this day
Mhm.
shall be in your heart.
The words not only shall be in your heart, they're going to be in your mind, they're going to be in your soul, they're going to be in your spirit, right?
Yeah.
Proverbs 3 and 5. We almost done, y'all. Just kidding. We're in for the long haul today. Sight! I've been acting up all day today. Mm-hmm. Yep, just wrote a couple verses down this morning.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
You know, start at 1, Mark.
Okay.
I like that one, number 1. Go ahead.
My son,
Mm-hmm.
forget not my law,
Okay.
but let your heart keep my commandments.
Mm-hmm. So the law of the Creator is important because it has to be in our members, or in our minds, and on our thoughts. Because what it's going to do is going to govern. This is again what I say to suggest to young people also, is that if people find you to be an ethical person, you're going to get further on in life. So y'all wanting to do things like the devil or like these devilish people and be devious and be deceptive, and all you're going to do is get back more deception. That's why I tell even some of these young men, if you're talking to more than one girl and you're not telling them, you're deceptive. Either they're going to like it or they're not. If they're going to like it, they will. If they won't, they won't. Some will, some won't. Because some are weaker than others. Some are strong, have stronger mindsets than others. Some will, some won't. But be who you are. Stop being a deceptive person. Because all you're setting yourself up for is more deceptive things. Because you're going to want something. You're going to want something in your life. And somebody's going to deceive you.
Yeah.
The same way you're deceiving other people is going to come back to you. Regardless of how you look at it, how you feel about it, what you think about it. Oh, that don't happen. It's going to happen. The example of Jacob is the prime example. When he wanted, who was it? Rhea or Leah? Which one? Rachel? When he wanted the woman that he wanted, her deceptive father gave him the other one, the older sister, right? Come on, guys. This is what this is for. These are examples so that we know, so that we don't spin our wheels and waste time. Be real. Be who you are. You know? If it's all right, if you believe it, be it. Go ahead, read.
Verse 2. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to you.
See this? The law, when we have the law in our heart, in our mind, in our body, in our soul, we're going to be more peaceful. We're not going to be so bogged down with so much worry and so many problems and so many, because first of all, we know we can cast our cares upon the Creator because He cares. We talked about that last time. We don't have to hold on to things, and then we're coming from the perspective to start the year that we know we're battling and we're dealing with the things that we can change. But the things we can't change, that's already something let's move that out of the way. I can't change that. I can't change that. I can pray about it, and then I can leave it alone. I can just keep moving. Go ahead, read.
Verse 3. Let not mercy and truth forsake you.
Yep. We got to be in a place of mercy. Everybody in here is going to need mercy at one time or another.
Yes.
So you can't all of a sudden give up mercy. You can't all of a sudden be hard and know everything and be dictator and judge and jury and all this stuff. You got to have a level of mercy that you're merciful to other people. That same mercy that you're going to want. To the merciful, the Most High said, "I'll be merciful."
Yeah.
If I give mercy to mom, she's gonna give somebody's gonna give me mercy when I need it, right? You might be in a position where you need a loan to get your business started, and I was telling Pop last week. I said, sometimes we forget that there's a verse that says that the king's heart is in the Most High's hands.
Yeah.
So regardless of who the man or the person is, the Most High has power. And if I put my faith and my trust in the Most High, all I got to do is pray and then believe that He's going to touch this man's heart. Somebody, He's going to touch this man's heart, because the man's heart is in the Creator's hands. So He's going to do what the Creator tells him to do. He's not in control. We're giving people too much control. We're walking around giving people too much control that do not deserve it. They don't deserve it.
He said, bind them about your neck. Write them upon the table of your heart.
In other words, this thing has got to be bound in our hearts. So that before we do something, we're going to remember, you know what? I love the Most High first. Because the first and second commandment, they tie into each other. Loving the Creator first, and then loving our neighbor as we love ourselves, right? Because I love the Most High, there's certain things I'm just not going to do, somebody. Because I understand that if I do this thing, I'm going to disrespect the Most High. Because if you really love somebody, if a man really loves a woman, if a woman really loves a man, they're not going to disrespect each other.
That's right.
They're going to lift each other up.
There you go.
So the same thing with my relationship with the Creator. I'm not going to disrespect my Father even though He's not present. You know what I'm saying? Even though He's not physical presence.
Right.
He is presence within, but He's not physical presence. But I'm going to remember Father's within.
That's right.
Creator's within.
Yeah.
Most High is within.
Yeah.
Right.
The power is within, right?
Yes.
Because He's within, I'm not going to defile that power that He placed within me. Because He invested it in me. He wants to get return on His investment.
Hallelujah.
Come on, somebody.
That's true.
He said, don't let mercy and truth forsake you. Hold on to truth. If it's true, hold on to it.
Yeah.
Don't give it away. Don't release it. Don't let it go. Hold on. Embrace it. Bind it about your neck.
Yeah.
It's going to represent the way you talk, your vocals. Because you understand that there's life and death in your words. Because your words are spirit. That's how you can create something out of nothing. Because your words are spirit. Your thoughts are spirit. Your heart, the energy from your heart is spirit.
Great, yeah.
Go ahead.
So shall you find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and men.
And that's what's going to happen. When you start going places, again, you'll start living the experiences that you read about in these verses. You'll live the Joseph experience. It won't be just something that you're reading. You'll talk about, you know what? Creator made a way. And, you know, I was a little man on the totem pole in that job, and whatever reason that boss saw who I was, and because when I did my job to the best of my ability, because I understand there's a verse that says, whatever you do it with all your might. I was there early. I did my job. I didn't slack. I wasn't hiding behind no corner. I wasn't taking no necessary urination breaks and smoke breaks and every other freaking break that you can think of. Because that's a lot of people that's working need a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
Only breaks you're going to get is the breaks you make, somebody. Because ain't nobody going to give you no breaks. You better get out there and break some. Come on, man. Break. Right? You got to make the breaks, y'all. The Creator gave you the power to make the breaks.
Come on.
He said, I gave you power, Gerald, to create what? Wealth.
Well,
He said, Gerald, I gave you power. Mark, I gave you power, right? Jay, I gave you power to create wealth. That's what he said. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with it.
You got a problem with that?
I don't got a problem with that, man.
Some of y'all might be uncomfortable with that. Like, whoa, that's just bad. That's like a shower. That's just bad. You see that, right? Yeah, he's just wallowing in like a pig in slop, right? You got to get on down and in that, man. I keep telling y'all, you got to be it before you become it. They say fake it. No, I don't say fake it. Be it before you become it. I ain't faking nothing, because if you're faking it, you're just a faker.
Yeah, that's it.
Be it before you become it, right? Y'all get something out of this?
Yes, please.
Okay, read.
Verse 5 says, trust in Most High Yah with all your heart.
Oh, see that right there? Y'all? That right there? I can only talk for myself. I haven't always done that, y'all.
Come on.
Matter of fact, I got to a stage where I said, you know, I'm tired of waiting for the Most High. I'm tired of waiting for y'all. I did. I said, I am tired of waiting for y'all. This is taking way too long. Y'all maybe can't relate to that. I'm just being honest. Because I'm like, you know what? I've been counting time again. I've been such and such years. I've been going without. I've been sacrificing. I ain't been screwing nobody else but my wife. I'm right on down the whole list. Telling y'all what I done did and they did. And he's the only one that kept me, because there was times I probably could have. We'll be honest.
Yeah.
We'll all be honest. At the same time, we could have did some things that we, right? But he prevented some things. He didn't allow you to go some things, some places. There was a couple times there was some women trying to set me up, and I didn't realize it until later. Getting me to go over their house and look at their house. Hey, I'm just letting you know. It's real.
It's real.
This is real.
That is real. Yeah.
So, We gotta say, if it wasn't for the grace of Yah.
Where would I?
I'm serious, y'all.
That's true. That's real.
So back to it. I'm giving my resume to the creator, and he already knows everything. I'm telling him, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, and just boasting and thinking I'm all that. And he had somebody come to me and tell me, but you ain't doing this. And it opened my eyes, and it got me back on my face, crying before Yah, and asking Yah to do things through me, and to be more humble. Because I was tired. I was done waiting for Yah to do something. Because I felt like we had spent so many years and so much time. Oh yeah, Yah's going to bless me. I didn't want to hear nobody else say that to me ever again. I was to that point. I didn't want to hear it.
He went like smacking.
Yeah, because I was just so tired of it. I didn't want to hear it no more. Because I didn't see the evidence of it. You know? And then so I had to learn, and that's probably why the Messiah made me write that thing about growth. And that when you plant a seed, and I kind of talked about it earlier, like when I plant grass seed on these yards and these houses we do, the grass seed don't grow immediately. Grass seed might grow 2 or 3 weeks. You know? When mom plants her garden, it don't grow immediately, right? She's got to go out there and she's got to till the ground, plant the seed. You know, I might miss some stages here, but y'all understand what I'm saying? Water it. You know, make sure Jerome and Wanda's doing their part and out there pulling weeds. Wanda, get out there and pick them girls. Tell her, Mom. Tell her, get out there, Wanda. But we forget, y'all. I did. I forgot their stages. And a lot of times it's because I always think I'm ready for something in the past before we're actually ready.
Yeah.
That's true. So true.
So if we're working on ourselves and we're loving Yah, we'll be ready. So that when it's time, we'll get what we need. I believe that you got something that you need this morning.